This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Up first today, Kyle visits with Roger Tacha about managing the different rangeland environments in the state.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer visiting with Roger Tacha. He's a consultant in rangeland management. Roger, you also have other titles too.
Well, yes, I'm a contractor with the Kansas Grazing Lands Coalition and the Kansas Prescribed Fire Council. So I have several hats. If I'm not on a project that is a KGLC or a fire council job, I may take it on privately as a consultant. This would be rangeland related stuff. It may be grazing plans, rangeland plant inventory, prescribed fire plan development. Lately out in the country that I come from, lesser prairie chicken habitat plan development, things like that.
Now, you're from Oakley, Kansas, but you cover the western part of the state a great deal. Is there a difference between, if you will, the folks at Hoxie and the folks at Hugoton?
Sure. There is a difference because, well, I don't know all the reasons why, but there is a difference. It's not just geographic. It's the range resource that surround them, that they live in. The sand sage prairie around Hugoton is vastly different than the short and midgrass prairie around Oakley and Hoxie, and therefore the management schemes are a bit different.
Now, I would say most of us learn our management schemes, the word you used, from our father or our grandfather, but that isn't necessarily always the best way to manage.
I'm not saying it can't work, but sometimes it doesn't because things have changed. For instance, Granddad might have had, he said, I have to, my rule of thumb is 10 acres per cow-calf pair for 6 months. Well, 3 generations later, the grandson says, Granddad did 10 acres per pair, that's what I'm doing. Well, Granddad had 900-pound cows. The grandson has 1,400-pound cows, so there's a lot of math involved here. Sometimes that math doesn't get done.
Well, and of course we have changing weather conditions too. And does what we have out there on the range change from year to year a bit?
Sure it does. Unless you're in a severe drought, most of the change however, is gradual, for the better or for the worse. Unless you're in a 5-year severe drought, then it gets toasty pretty quick. And if it doesn't rain, then pretty much all bets are off anyway.
So there's a lot of different species on native grass in Kansas, and we have a lot of good herbicides that work now. Does that help taking those weeds out?
Well, yeah, it'll take them out. The misconception is that most of those plants that are being taken out probably aren't weeds, unless it's musk thistle or Sericea lespedeza or something like that. A lot of these flowering, we call them forbs, non-grass plants out in the range, are native plants. They're supposed to be there, and just because a person's livestock class, whether it be cattle, sheep, or goats, or horses, or whatever, just because your animal might not be eating all those plants doesn't mean that they're a weed or they're a bad plant. Most of them are supposed to be there, and how do I say this? In the range management, range science world, we say that the more kinds of plants that are not noxious or invasive that are out there adds to the rangeland species richness or plant diversity. And it just means that if you have a lot of these things, whether they're being grazed or not, means that your range is in a higher condition.
Visiting with Roger Tacha. He is a rangeland consultant. This is Kyle Bauer reporting.
Thanks, Kyle. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.